How you doing? My name is Wilson Ortiz, and I am a member in Forward Living and Beyond the Curve. I have joined Beyond the Curve for large community support and more opportunity access. I'm also looking for a lot of feedback and guidance and support from re-entering the lifestyle that I once lived. My stay at prison was pretty sad. Went through a lot of hard times. And it's not a place that I look forward to or ever want to revisit. But I did get a positive opportunity in a program that I volunteered for called Puppies Behind Bars. In Puppies Behind Bars, we learned a lot about teamwork and constructive criticism and just an opportunity to live different than most inmates that you imagine. In Puppies Behind Bars, we had our own dogs, and we trained these dogs for explosive detection canines and as service dogs for the wounded veterans. During my stay in Fishkill Correctional Facility, I was in the program for about 2 years, exact. I graduated a dog named Jersey, and this is where my life took a huge turn in prison and started setting me up for success out in the world. Jersey was like my savior. She calmed me down. She took me out of a lot of the garbage from prison. She took me out of the trouble. She got me focused, and she put me in the right path. So I give all the thanks to Jersey and Puppies Behind Bars for all the positive things that I accomplished during my imprisonment. I also did a team training. Actually, I did two. And a team training is something you do for PBB, which is you help train the puppies that are graduating with veterans that are receiving them. And during this team training is when I learned that my values had changed. How I didn't value instant gratification anymore, and now value country and sacrifice. There's not much more to talk about. I mean, hearing these veterans talk about how we saving their lives and how much they appreciated what we did for them was life-changing in itself. And I can't even explain the kind of effect it had on me, except that it has motivated me and boosted my spirits to come home and do the right thing.
The genesis of dog tags is me reading the New York Times and seeing horrible pictures of explosions in Baghdad and throughout Iraq, and me thinking every day, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And one day I said, I can do dogs. I wanted to let our wounded Iraq and Afghanistan war vets know that America supported them.
So Puppies Behind Bars expanded its reach, teaching inmates in New York area prisons to raise not only explosive detection canines, but now they would also train psychiatric service dogs to help veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes, good sit.
It takes about 1.5 years to really sculpt them into something where, you know, we can give them to a soldier. We get them in at 8 weeks old. So, I mean, they're just this little ball of fur.
At the end, they're doing 90 commands.
We teach the dogs to dial 911.
Commands like salute serve as a greeting to strangers and help ease awkward social situations, while got my back and pop a corner offer reassurances that someone is watching out for them.
What I see in men and women who've got our dogs is a fear that paralyzes them.
In Iraq and Afghanistan, you know, they don't know what's around the corner. If you're in a supermarket, you see a dog nose pop around the corner, it's like, oh, hey, what's going on here? So if the dog's peeking around the corner, it kind of makes them feel a little more secure.
The program's most unique aspect is that the inmates receive a rare opportunity to become teachers, training veterans one-on-one in prison.
This is a higher pitch. That's why when you whisper, they actually hear you better, because you're using more of the sound.
Most people, they generalize, prisoners as, they're no good to society, they can't do anything.
Despite whatever they've done, these puppy raisers have an enormous amount of patience.
Chris is double amputee. I personally sat for 3 months in a wheelchair, many hours a day. So I had an idea of the troubles that he went through.
It's hard to see somebody like Chris, but you can see that he's not giving up. He's the way that I guess I want to be.
I didn't know what to expect from the prison training, and to see that they were loving, dedicated, hard-working, well, I mean, what else do you need in a person?
I have never seen the connection that I see between inmates and soldiers. And I think it's because they share a lot of the same issues. They are both in their own prisons.
It just makes you feel alive because you're finally doing something with your time. You're not just punching in, punching out, or sweeping the floor. You're doing something that's like, beyond like people's imagination.
This is something that they can give back to society. Even though some people may still have negative opinions about them, this is their way to redemption.
The results of 18 months spent nurturing a puppy are immediate, tangible, and life-changing.
It is the most amazing process that goes on. The guy that has Oprah, Jeff, he mentioned today that he slept for 4 hours, which is the first time he's done that since he's returned from war.
I've had trouble sleeping. And a couple days ago, it was just really bad. Just real bad images, and I broke down. And Henry came up and put his chin on my knee, and it kind of snapped me back to reality, and he really helped bring me back from that.
And that is their purpose. These dogs are a tool, and they help ease the transition back to civilian life.
Got my back?
Maya has been with Jacob, an Iraq war vet, for over a year now.
I wouldn't have a life right now if I didn't have the dog. I went from having panic attacks once or twice a day to having one every 6 months. And I went from taking 15 pills a day to 3. I thought every day about suicide. And I got the dog, and I feel alive, and I feel like I don't want to die. I feel like I have a reason to live now, if not for me, then for her.
Transformation. You're gonna make me cry, but just seeing these guys begin to heal, it's really extraordinary. They've sacrificed a lot for our country, and I give them a lot of credit for the courage they've shown since they've come home to say, I am wounded, even if you can't see it.
From the unlikeliest of places, a battlefield, a prison, hope and inspiration emerge.
I look at her and I say, this is my way back into normalcy.
It's just so gratifying that knowing that I did something for somebody while I'm here, something noble. Think of the sacrifice they did for us. So it's my little, gift of being an American, whether I'm in prison or not, I gave back to, my country. And Brian was my gift.